Hey there everybody, how you doing? I am Francis and welcome back to Corpse Party Book of Shadows. Last episode we finished Tooth. Now, I know I promised you guys to look at the bonus content, but as you can see in the bonus content, there isn't really a whole lot to look at. There's a unlock status, which is basically, you know, the stuff we unlock through our adventure. There's a gallery of spirits, which is pretty much pictures from cutscenes. There's the cursed phonograph, which is well, basically a sound test. And there's Sofo testimonies, which is a message from the voice actors. And that's really all there is. There isn't really much else to look at. But I did learn that there is a prologue to this game, and if you want to get the prologue, you have to get every ending in this game. So I went and did that off camera. So we're gonna wrap up this series by checking out this new chapter that we have unlocked. So let's go do this. New chapter. And yeah, there's a new one. Blood Drive, which is also the name of the next game, by the way. So I'm guessing this is gonna be our prologue that's gonna set the stage for Corpse Party Blood Drive. So let's look forward to that. And well, I'm done wasting time, so let's jump into this, shall we? Blood Drive, let's go. Book of Shadows, Prologue, Blood Drive. Yay! Oh, it's Naomi. We haven't seen her since, well, the beginning of the story. Remember how we thought at the beginning the whole story was going to be about her because, well, instead of her going a bit crazy with her mother? And you know what my kid told me? He said that incident was connected with an underground website that's gotten real popular at his school. Oh, I think I heard about that on the news a while back. Profiles being used for bullying and defying dates. Is that kind of stuff still going on? Well, the news has stopped covering it, but it's still happening from what I hear. I wonder if my kid goes on any websites like that. Maybe I should talk to him about it. It was late afternoon, right around the time students were returning home from school. And here I was again. Seiko's house? Standing right in front of the intercom at the door to Seiko's house. I've been here for over an hour now. Standing. Staring. Wondering whether to push that button or not. I would say don't do it. As far as Seiko's parents are concerned, they never had a daughter because she doesn't exist anymore because she died. What you gonna do, Naomi? I must have looked really suspicious. Especially since I've been here yesterday, and the day before that, and the day before that too. And each time, I wound up just going home. Yeah, I gotta admit that is suspicious, you know? See somebody come up to your door, or apartment entrance, staring at the intercom. And after about an hour, just leaves. Yeah. From an outside perspective, that does look suspicious, I gotta be honest. But today will be different. That's what I told myself. Today, I'll actually push that button. I was ready to face my demons. Alright, Naomi, let's see if you'll do it. Okay. Yeah! That's creepy. Seiko, your siblings are kind of creepy. Hey, you two can't just run off like that. We can, and we will, and we did. That was you, Seiko's younger brother. Alright, line up. Make sure you get your shoes on tight. There we go. Hey, straighten that hat. Very good. I think we're ready now. Take my hands, please. Now you think you two can behave at that market. Ki, Aya? You bet. That's what I like to hear. I made sure I hid out of sight while they were leaving the house. You and those other two kids were definitely Seiko's younger siblings. I thought you was the only sibling that Seiko had. At least the only one we were introduced to, you know. They were the reason I come. They were the ones I wanted to see. I had no idea what I'd say to them, but I knew for sure that Seiko existed. So I had to say something. Maybe I show them this cell phone picture and tell them, hey, this is your sister. and ask if they remember anything about her. Yeah, I'm sure that'll work. Go up to a total stranger, be like, show them this picture on your phone, be like, hey, this is your sister. Can you tell me anything about her? Yeah, for some reason I don't think this is gonna work. Like, Naomi, we all know you're not wrong, but they're not going to believe you. They're really not. It would be okay. I just need to explain myself. They'll understand. They have to. I made up my mind. Now was the perfect chance. I stepped out from my hiding place. They're gonna be spooked. Hey! But barely made out a single word before I felt someone grab my arm from behind, holding me back. Huh? Who's there? Oh, it's Ayumi! Don't do this! Don't do it! Why are you spying on me? Quest rep! I understand where you're coming from, but you can't do this. Our quest rep Shinozaki was shaking her head at me. She was determined to stop me from confronting Seiko's family. My vision was starting to blur. What do you plan to say to them? You know how it's going to turn out. Yeah, they're going to think you're nuts. But... I couldn't hold back my tears any longer. I squatted on the ground and looked up at the quest rep, who was staring back at me with equally glassy eyes. Aww. There were only a handful of people in the world who could truly understand what I was going through. Yeah, Naomi's one of them. We all lost a friend that day, you know. Only those of us who returned from Heavenly Host Elementary alive. Only Shinozaki, Satoshi, Kishinuma, and Yuka. As for those who lost their lives there, Seiko, Suzumoto, Moroshige, and Miss Shishido, we came back to find that their very existence was wiped clean from this world entirely. Nakashima, hey! I was walking home, defeated and dejected. With the quest rep at my side, when she suddenly addressed me, it sounded like she wanted to tell me something. I've been doing research these last couple weeks at the library, looking up information about the Shinozaki Estate. That's the house where Yoshi and Sachiko Shinozaki lived. The place that the beings in control of Heavenly Host once called home. You might recall the newspaper articles we found about the kidnapping and murder incident gave precious little information about Sachiko. And aside from local papers, nobody even bothered covering the news about Yoshi's death at all. Digging up this information was no small feat. She was looking down at her feet and kept a steady, quiet tone the whole time she was talking. It seemed like this was all leading up to something. Yeah, I wonder what she's up to. But she was kind of an expert when it came to ghosts and the occult and such, so I trusted her. I wanted to know where she was going with this. I want to know too. It seems Yoshi Shinozaki's former home is here. In the prefecture. It's in the outskirts, by the mountains. Her home? Like Yoshi's? And Sachiko's? Yep, right in our backyard. It's that close? Yeah, Heavenly Host once stood where Kisaragi is now after all. That's true. Naturally they would be living nearby. And since Yoshi Shinozaki worked there, it makes sense her home wouldn't be too terribly far away. That's true. Although sometimes you do live far away from your work, just saying. Naho mentioned it in her notes too, remember? That's where she salvaged the original Sachiko proxy for the ritual. So yeah, seems like a good place for us to find something, don't you think? Yeah, but it's kind of dangerous, like going there is why Sachiko latched on to Naho in the first place. The origin of the Shinozaki family's curse rests within those walls, and I believe there must be some clue there that could help shed light on it. She had my full attention now. I swallowed hard, as if I were taking it all in. I got an address too. If we take the train, we could be there in less than an hour. So, what do you say, Nakashima? Let's go check it out, right now! The Shinozaki Estate? I was haunted by my memories of Heavenly Host, and this would entail visiting the source of it all, where the danger would be far greater. Yet somehow... Lead on, quest rep. You got my attention, I'm in. It was right around 4:30 in the afternoon. The day was already cooling into night, and the sun would surely be setting shortly after we arrived at our destination. Oh boy, traveling at night, we are brave, aren't we? But neither of us really cared. I just wanted to be there, as soon as humanly possible. If there were even the slightest chance of finding answers, I'd welcome it with open arms. The two of us went right to the station and hopped on the very next train we could find out to the countryside, grasping at straws for all we were worth. Alright, off to the Shinozaki Estate! Hopefully we will find answers. We'll see. I began to wish I'd gone back to change clothes before we left. But if I'd done that, I would have to explain to Mom where I was going, and I sincerely doubt she would have been amenable to the idea. Yeah, something tells me she would be like, no, you're not doing this, you're not going. I could have always just gone anyways, of course. But then I'd be directly disobeying my mother and undoubtedly making her worry sick about me. The quest rep and I were seated next to each other on a local commuter train I'd never ridden before. There were only 2 other passengers. I wonder who they are. Much like us, they were simply staring down at the ground and riding in silence, lost in their own thoughts. These last couple of weeks have been brutal. All 5 of us who survived were feeling it. We were more exhausted than we've ever been in our entire lives. But no matter how crazy people said we were, no matter how much our souls ached from the memories, we could never forget Seiko and the others. Every photo we had of them, though, be it on film or digital, had its face blacked out completely. And the scariest, saddest thing I could imagine was the passage of time. Because eventually, I knew I'd have trouble remembering what they all looked like. Oh, that would never happen. You can never forget your friends. Everyone else may have forgotten, but we get to keep the memories, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, honestly. Listen. I want to run something by you. We're the only ones who have any memory of Miss Yoi, Suzumoto, Shinohara, and Morishi, right? Because if you die in Heavenly Host, it's as if you never existed in the first place. You're erased from the collective memory of everyone in the real world. Why would she bring this up? I just looked down on my knees, trying unsuccessfully to fight back the tears that were welling up in my eyes yet again. Well, have a look at this. Naho's nods to the netherworld. It's just that spirit medium girls blog, right? Doesn't anything seem odd about it to you? No? The blog's final entry was the one detailing the Sachiko era after ritual, but we already knew that. There were no updates after it because... yeah, Naho dead! Wait, didn't Naho die? Right! The quest rep nodded and looked into my eyes. Naho lost her life in Heavenly Host Elementary School just like everyone else. Ah, yes! Naho died, and that should mean that, like everybody else who died, she should be erased. We shouldn't be able to remember her, but we do remember her, and her blog still exists. There's some tricky business afoot. Naho lost her life in Heavenly Host Elementary School, just like everyone else. But how can this be? I'm not sure of the reason, but this is proof positive. Proof that not everyone who dies in a school gets erased from existence. Maybe it's because, I'm just spitballing here by the way, but maybe it's because our friends who don't exist no more, they perform the charm with us, right? And the other people who performed the charm incorrectly actually managed to get back safely. So maybe that's why the other 4 people who performed the ritual with us didn't come back. Or maybe it has something to do with the paper scrap, because the people we know who died, they all lost their scrap of the charm. Naho, I'm assuming, even in death, still had her piece of the charm, right? Maybe that holds some importance. I checked on her mentor, Mr. Kubiki, too. He also died in Heavenly Host, but just like Naho, there's still ample record of his existence. Well, maybe because Kabiki, like his memories here still exist because Taguchi died too. Like the two people that performed the ritual, which was Kabiki and Taguchi, both of them never came back. Like did the whole reverse charm thing. Am I onto something here or what? I could be completely off. I was literally on the edge of my seat, leaning in close and hanging on her every word. She flashed me a smile. So let's not give up hope, okay? Okay. I was crying hard now, but for the first time since we come back, I could see the tiniest, faintest glimmer of hope in the darkness. It wasn't much to go on, but it was easily the best news I'd heard in 2 weeks. And it made me feel a lot better about the impromptu trip. Even just this one vague clue improved our chances of finding something at the Shinozaki Estate significantly. At least for now. We knew what we were looking for. Or what to look for, I mean. I can't read apparently. Oh, hi. Now arriving at Kishi Station? Guess we're here, man. We're really out in the boonies, aren't we? The air smells so delicious. It's nice, isn't it? And we were fortunate to get here while there's still some light left. We should find the estate before it gets dark. Yeah, we should do just that. This was the Anna Line, a desolate farming community with nothing but farmhouses and fields as far as the eye could see. There was only one main road, and due to the mountainside setting on this picturesque village, it maintained a gradual upward slope the whole way. It looks beautiful though. Not a lot of people around, I assumed as much honestly. Yeah, and here I was kind of hoping I could meet with one of the locals and ask some questions. Evidently, the Shinozaki family had a lot of clout here once, and were held in high esteem. Really, since you're a Shinozaki too, I wonder if you have some distant ancestry in common with them or something. I've been wondering that since I heard that Sachiko's last name. I guess it's possible. But there are an awful lot of Shinozakis in Japan, you know. Is it really a common name in Japan? I don't know. I don't know much about Japan, honestly. That's true. So, are we going the right way? I think it's this way, yeah, but to be honest, the address I found didn't have a house number, so I'm not entirely sure. Then what did it say on the address? Big creepy house on the top of a hill? Oh, but what about your cell phone? Doesn't it have that, GPS thing? Can't we use that to figure out where we're going? I already tried, but it looks like there's no map data on file for this area. Which is actually very strange. Maybe it's part of the curse. If you say so. Yeah, the only person who knows where this place is Naho, but as we know, we can't exactly ask her because she died. The road was paved the whole way, but it was full of cracks and holes resulting in countless tiny pebbles and patches of sand crunching under our feet. And the darker it got, the more noticeable the sound of the uneven terrain became. There was something unsettling about the idea of two schoolgirls in uniform walking through a strange, largely deserted village at the cusp of twilight. Hey, I really think we should stop and ask someone for directions. How will we pay that house a visit? What that house is the house we're looking for? She was pointing at one of the isolated farmhouses directly in front of us. Sounds good, it is getting dark after all. Let's pick up the pace. Yeah, we gotta get there and get there fast. Excuse me? Hello? Maybe they're not home. Let's try someplace else. Okay. Well, that was disappointing. Oh! Somebody is home. That scared the crap out of me. What was that? Ah! Yeah, I don't like this. Let's get away from here. I agree. But maybe that was the house we were looking for. Creepy things are happening, that's a sign, right? I know it's a little unsettling, but if we don't get some information, we'll never find a place, so... Come on, let's try asking that one. This time she was pointing at a slightly more inviting-looking residence nearby, sporting a blue roof. Alright, let's see if this ain't creepy either. Hello? Hello, is anyone home? Someone is home. Yes? Good evening, miss. We're a bit lost and we could be very grateful if you could help us find our way. I could see the figure of a middle-aged woman through the frosted glass door. I wasn't sure she was actually going to open it for us, given we were strangers and she was, by all appearances, a woman alone in an isolated house. Oh, but she did. What's all this then? Good evening. I'm sorry to bother you so late. We come here all the way from Fujisawa, and we're trying to find a certain residence. Oh my, what cute little visitors! And coming all this way with the sun going down, no less? Thank goodness, she seemed like a perfectly normal, perfectly kind old woman. I took my place next to the class rep and bowed my head in respect. So where is it you're trying to go then? I'm trying to reach this address, but I don't have a house number. This is all I know. Let's see. What business do you have at the Shinozaki Estate? Well, she's heard of it. Actually, we're investigating something, right? Oh, yeah, that's right. It's, for a school assignment. The old lady's demeanor changed in an instant. She made herself as large as she could and began pushing us out of her house. Uh-oh. Miss, is something wrong? Get out! Go on! Get out of here! What? Whoa, that was rude! What was that all about? Just seeing the words Shinozaki Estate seemed to send her off the deep end. This could be a problem. You know, I was thinking for a moment that maybe that was the same old woman that saved Miss Yoi. But we never saw her, so I can't confirm that. That's just where my brain was going there. The day was fading fast. The sky was still bright for now, but it was getting darker by the minute. Street lights were popping on all around us. Let's just try to find another house. There must be someone around here who will tell us what we need to know. Yeah, you'd think. Ah! That old lady is still standing there, right inside the door. Oh god, you're right! Why is she still watching us? Let's go, okay? This is getting really creepy. She seemed like a kind old woman, too, when she first answered the door, but now she just felt menacing. The sudden change was almost staggering. 6:30, huh? Yeah. We walked for quite a while after that. The fields and trees were becoming more plentiful, while houses were becoming a more rarer sight. The road's incline had gotten a lot steeper too. Oh boy. We were literally climbing a mountain now, and the likelihood of finding the house we saw, or any house at all for that matter, seemed to be lessening with every step. Ah, car coming! Watch out, Nakashima! Thanks. We pushed ourselves against the guardrail and waited for the car approaching from behind to pass by before we continued our trek. It's the old lady, isn't it? Hey, what are a group of schoolgirls doing in a place like this? It's dangerous to be walking in the road, you know. Ah, well, thanks for looking out for us. I was concerned you're the older woman again. She seems kind of, creepy. The mini pickup pulled alongside us, and an older gentleman stuck his head out the window. He seemed like a sociable sort. We're actually looking for the Shinozaki residence. Do you have any idea where that is? Shinozaki? Ah, yeah, the old Shinozaki Estate. It's up that way, deep in the mountains. Just up ahead? Yeah? Well, that's good. We've been going the right way after all. Yeah, but it's a ways in there. If Yins is walking, it's gonna take you a good long while. Don't know what business you got in a place like that, but hop in if you want, and I'll take you up. The quest rep and I looked one another square in the eyes. He seemed a little shady, but it was getting pretty late, and as he said, beggars can't be choosers. We wouldn't get another opportunity like this after all. So we thanked the old man and got in his truck. Oh, I do not like the sounds of this. Yeah, he does look a little shady, gotta be honest. Heh. Truck's supposed to be a 3-seater, but it's kind of crowded. Sorry about that. That's quite alright. We're very grateful. If we kept on walking, it would have been nighttime before we knew it. Well, I sure ain't got a lot of business up at the old Shinozaki Estate on the mountain these days. Why are you two looking to go up there anyhow? Well, I'm not really sure how to put it. Let's just say there's some information we're trying to find. Information, huh? About a nurse who used to live there a long time ago, a woman named Yoshi Shinozaki? Oh yeah, back in the day, it used to be a home run clinic. Lots of people went up there all the time. But nobody goes near it anymore, don't know what kind of shape it'll be in. We just kept driving further up the mountain path, and the higher we got, the rougher the ride became. Road maintenance was currently not a priority here. Well, nobody goes near the Shinozaki Estate anymore, so I'm not surprised. With 4 tiles on 4 different elevations at any given point in time, the whole truck was being rocked to its core. Oh boy. Ow! Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Just glad I'm wearing my seatbelt. This is quite the road, isn't it, mister? Huh? The old man's driving was starting to frighten me. I could see Ayumi's head bouncing up and down, and it honestly felt like we were in a runaway vehicle. Mister, aren't you going a little fast? Ah! 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 Oh dear. This guy just got us killed, didn't he? My heart was beating a mile a minute. That was a person on the road, wasn't it? The quest rep and I have both gone pale. We looked over at the old man. It's okay, whatever it was, I didn't hit it, okay? What? Believe me, you hit a person or an animal in the road, it makes a bigger noise than that. This old man seemed to have gone a little weird now as well. And much like the old woman in town, he started off so kind and helpful. Who was that in the road? I don't know. Hey, end of the line, can't go any further by car. You're gonna have to hoof it. You going or you want me to drive you back? We'll just quickly get out of the car, thank you very much. Thanks very much, sir. I'll be waiting here for ya. You just come back when you're done. I can't rightfully leave 2 little girls out here by themselves after all. Thank you for your consideration. Quest rep, you okay? That was scary. There was definitely something strange about him. But he did say he'll wait for us, so I think he's a good person where it counts. Is he though? Yeah, I guess you're right. The sun was setting rapidly and the evening was in full stride. And at the top of this uncompromisingly steep road sat Yoshi Shinozaki's home and clinic. Oh look, it plateaus up ahead. Is that the place? We finally made it! Wow, it took us a while, but we finally made it. Nice. Is this? There's nothing here. Oh, well, that's a bummer. We came all this way for nothing. Gosh darn it. This had to be the place, the site of the Shinozaki Estate, but there was no house here anymore. The building was torn down. It was just an empty lot. And after we came all this way? Wait, hold up. Look over there. Is that a barn? Is that it? You're right. I wonder why this was spared if the estate wasn't. Maybe the barn is the estate. It was a small barn on the edge of the property, and remarkably, when I flipped the light switch, the lights actually came on. It still had electricity. That's strange. Is this possible? Yeah, it's kind of giving me the creeps. Despite our misgivings, we've gone far outside our comfort zone to get here. So we set about searching this mysterious barn for any answers. Ah, we actually get to do a search mode one last time. Nice. Alright, well, we're going to save here, and let's start looking. A ham sack that's filled to the brim with some kind of grain. Probably feed for farm animals. Okay. Guess they had chickens or something here. Yeah. Alright. It's a large drum that seems to have once been used for burning waste products. Nothing but soot and ash inside. I wonder what was burned in here. I don't know. Looks like plain old ash to me, but it could have been anything. Yeah, we don't know. Oh, hello. An old worn-out blanket that someone seems to have left here. Somebody from the outside must have sought shelter in here at some point. Oh yeah, maybe. I guess just getting out of the wind isn't always enough. And brr, it is starting to get kind of cold in here. With the sun down and everything. Yeah. I don't know. There's a mess of old cardboard boxes here, along with a rusted toolbox and any number of other odds and ends. There doesn't seem to be anything particularly useful in, on, or among any of them, however. Well, that's a shame. Hey look, this box has Shinozaki 1 written on it. You're right, I guess that means this really was Yoshi Shinozaki's house at some point. We spent another half hour or so rifling through the barn from floor to ceiling, looking for anything we could possibly find that might help us. I don't see a single thing in here that sheds any light on Yoshi or Shinozaki Estate at all. Or Sachiko Shinozaki, I mean. Can't believe all that's left is a barn. Yeah. Well, that's a little disappointing. We came all this way for nothing. We should come back tomorrow a little earlier. I'd like to try talking to more of the locals. Sounds like a plan. It felt like the sun had been setting forever, but now it was nowhere in sight. The wooded mountains all around us were cloaked in a veil of darkness. There weren't any lights to help guide our path either, so we really couldn't see where we were going. Man, it's dark. Was this the way we came? We need to find our path back to the road. I think that's it, though, since I remember just walking straight toward the barn. Ah, Quest Rep, look! Hey, there's the pickup truck. It's a ride. Nestled among the branches just beyond a small grove of trees, the inside lights of the tiny truck shone like a beacon in the night. A beacon of hope. It's the old man's truck! Yeah, it has to be, thank goodness. I didn't much like the idea of getting stranded in the woods. Me neither. There was something oddly fulfilling about getting out and actually doing something. Success or not, it felt so much more fruitful than moping around at home. I didn't care if this was a fool's errand. As long as I just kept looking day after day, I felt like I could move on. It wasn't hope, it was purpose. Seiko taught me that. Sorry to keep you waiting, huh? Hello? Old man? Wait, where's the old man? Maybe we were gone too long for him. I mean, it is cool, but maybe he had to, you know. She began scratching her head and blushing a bit, pretty embarrassed at the suggestion. Oh yeah, maybe, well, he left the engine running, so he should be back soon. Let's just wait for him. It's so chilly out here, though. My stomach's freezing. I'm sure you wouldn't mind if we waited inside the truck, right? That's true. Okay then. Quest reps first. Huh? No good, it's locked. Well, that sucks. Guess we don't have much choice. Let's just wait out here. This is weird. It's so cold outside. What time is it anyway? 8:17, about the right time for cold night air, really. The old man's not coming back, is he? So, what do we do now? We're going back to the barn, aren't we? It was so dark we couldn't even see the road, and climbing all the way back down would require far more of a hike than we were prepared for. Well, we're gonna start walking anyways, I guess. Do you think we could make it back on foot? I mean, we were in a truck for a long time on a drive up here. That's true, but it's not like we can just stand around forever. I guess you're right. Okay, I feel bad leaving the old man behind, but let's just write him a note and start heading back. Sure, I have a notebook with me. I'll thank him and let him know we went on ahead. Okay, if we put it under his windshield wiper, he'll probably see it when he gets back. And so we began a long walk back down the mountainside, quickly losing sight of the truck among the dense foliage. There were no street lights, so the visibility was pretty much non-existent. It was extremely treacherous. If we weren't careful, we would have easily found ourselves stepping off the road in a section with no guardrails and sliding down the mountainside. Yikes! Don't want that happening. It didn't help that the road itself kept winding back and forth, causing us to lose all sense of direction and wonder if we were going in circles. I hope not. Quest rep, you okay? Yeah. This really won't be an easy walk, will it? No, it won't. What do you want to do? Should we go back? To the truck, you mean? But we've already been walking for a half hour. What if we go back and he's not even there anymore? That's true. Guess our best bet really is just to persevere, huh? Hey, look, it's another car. I can see its lights. It's the same car, isn't it? Like, we really went in a giant circle. Wow, so someone else came all the way up here too? Lucky for us. I hope they'll be willing to give us a ride. Let's go check it out. Yeah, it's the same car. No, it can't be. Isn't this the old man's truck? How is this possible? It's just one road and we were heading downhill the whole time. But that's the note I left. This really is his truck. God, what's going on? I feel like we've been tricked by a fox spirit or something. I think we were. You know what I think's going on? I think we are in... Like, I don't know how it's possible, but I think that guy has literally taken us into the closed spaces, and when we go back to where the barn is, we're not going to find a barn. Instead, we're going to find the Heavenly Host. And I was fairly confident there weren't any forks in the road at all the entire time we were walking, so I honestly couldn't explain what happened. It somehow got even darker, and the faint sounds of bugs zipping around was giving the whole countryside a general feeling of eerie malice. If we try walking down again, the same thing's probably going to happen, so let's think of something else. I know what it wants us to do. It wants us to go back to the estate. Something else? This mountain just feels kind of off. Well, my cell phone's out of range, so that certainly won't be any help. Damn it, smartphones! Same here, which means we're completely cut off from the outside world. Well, shit! I guess our only choice is... Nakashima, what do you think about returning to that barn? I mean, it's got light at least? Why the barn? Well, where else can we go? Well, if we can't get back down the mountain tonight, we should at least take shelter and rest until morning, don't you think? It just seems safer than staying here. So, we're going to spend the night? I shuddered at the thought of spending the whole night on this cold, dark mountain, but she was right. We really didn't have much of a choice. I agreed with her that this was the only real course of action that made sense, but... safer than staying here? Yeah, I just get a bad feeling from this road. Or from this whole mountain, really. It's like there's some kind of presence. And our best bet for dealing with it is to go someplace well lit and get all the elements. You feel a presence? Is it something we should be afraid of? I don't know. I'm not even sure if it's a person or something else. And it could be one presence or many. All I can really say is that we're being watched. Okay, then let's hurry up and get back to that barn. Finding ourselves with no other choice, we put the road behind us and began walking up the dirt path leading back to the Shinozaki family's barn. However, was the barn this far from the road before? This is weird. It's really weird. It's like the road leading to it just up and vanished. Does this mean we're... Wait, don't wander off? Sorry, come on. Let's try retracing our steps. We'll just turn around and go back the way we came. Sounds good to me. I don't think it's working. We are going the right way, aren't we? Shouldn't we be seeing the road soon? We're lost. Where are we? Oh god, no, we're lost. Lost in the middle of the damn forest. What? Yes, we were definitely lost. There was literally nothing but coniferous trees as far as the eye could see. In every direction, dark, looming trees. Their tall, thin forms were casting a web of shadows all along the mountainside, obscuring our vision of anything at all outside our immediate surroundings. Don't you have a compass on your phone? Yeah, but it won't work. It uses GPS. God damn it! Oh, it does? Why can't this stupid thing get any location data? God, what good is it if it craps out on me when I need it the most? I'm in the wing. Did you just hear a voice? I did, yeah. I couldn't make out what it's saying, but yeah, that sounded like a person. Maybe it was just the wind in the trees, though. At any rate, we need to find our way off of this mountain. Do you have any ideas? I mean, we shouldn't just wander aimlessly. That's true. If we got lost in the mountains, They say you should never head toward low ground. I didn't know that. The best course of action is probably just to stay in place and wait for daybreak. But it's cold and we have no tent. Maybe if we huddle together? That's fine, but I'm going to walk at least a little longer, so how about we keep it for a bit? If we get near enough of the road, we might see the truck. Okay. I swear, we walked right past these trees already. But there's no way we could be walking in circles, is there? Everything looked the same up here. No matter where we went, we both began to wonder if we were making any progress at all. What is it? Over there, I heard something. Huh? Where? Where was it? Oh boy. God, what's next? What was that? You're not gonna end the prologue here, are you? Okay. Come on, the suspense is killing me. What is it? We kept clinging to the faint hope that we might soon emerge from these endless woods, but all that got us was a good 2 hours worth of slogging. The rough terrain was killing our legs, and our stamina had been worn down to the bone. I can't move anymore. The quest rep propped herself onto a bed of dry leaves on the ground. And just as she did... Whoa, quest rep! Look! Look! Beyond the silhouette of many conifers at the edge of our vision, a faint light could be seen. We're saved! Thank you, Nakashima. Thank you for noticing that. No problem, let's go! We were both dead tired and our legs hurt like hell, but we forgot all of that at the sight of possible salvation and just took off running. As it happens, the barn we've been looking for all this time was the source of the light. Those naked light bulbs shone like beacons in the night sky. Thank God! Oh, it's the barn! I thought it was going to be the old man's truck. Yeah, me too, but this is even better. The barn is what we were looking for after all, right? But I don't remember leaving the lights on when we left. Do you? I don't know. We should have shut them off, yeah, but it's certainly possible we didn't. Well, if we're the ones who left them on, then we just saved our own asses. So I think we should thank goodness for small favors. All we had to do was push through some undergrowth as tall as we were, and then we'd be there. Seems we somehow circled around to the back of the lot. We made it. Let's go inside, shall we? Sure, man. Just having lights makes all the difference in the world, doesn't it? My phone's clock was showing just past 10:40. My God. Aren't our parents worried about us? I was thinking about home and about how much my mom must be worrying by now. Feeling a bit saddened, I hesitated at the barn door when all of a sudden... Ah! The quest rep let out a nearly voiceless cry of absolute shock. She was staring into the darkness just past the building and shuddering in terror. What's wrong? Nakashima, look! Right next to the barn! Huh? What I saw there was something that couldn't be. Something far beyond my imagination and comprehension alike. It's Heavenly Host, isn't it? I called it. That's... What? How can that... There, where the Shinozaki Estate once stood, in what was nothing more than an abandoned lot, only a few hours earlier. An old, humble residence now rose above us. It seemed almost to be floating in the air, but it was very clearly an actual corporeal building. The two of us stood there staring at it for several minutes, completely dumbfounded. Why? It wasn't there this evening, was it? It wasn't. It definitely wasn't, but... So why is it here now? How should I know? I had goosebumps all over my body. So I was wrong about it being a heavy host. It really is the Shinozaki Estate, so it only appears at nighttime. Okay. And a cold sweat had begun tracing lines down my back. Is it just me, or is it glowing? What are we even looking at? Aside from its more ethereal qualities, it was just an old beat-up two-story farmhouse. But sure enough, the nameplate on the door did read Shinozaki. This was, without a doubt, the house where Yoshi and Sachiko lived. Oh god, you're hyperventilating! Are you alright? The quest rep raised a hand to stop me from intervening. I'm okay, but thank you. I just have to keep my mouth closed and it'll pass. Okay, Ayumi. Hey, Nakashima, I think now's our chance. What? We came here to learn the secrets of the Shinozaki Estate, and well, here we are. It's inviting us in. It's daring us to look around. I don't like the sound of this. You mean go in there? I know it's really scary, but we can't turn back now. I mean, she's not wrong. Yeah, we have nowhere to turn back to. We'll just get lost in the woods again. Gazing at the imposing structure, she took a deep breath. Then, after correcting herself, she walked right up to the front door and tried sliding it open. Ah! It gave no resistance at all. Let's go! Wait! This is a bad idea. No good, the lights won't work. The Phantom Estate house had no power, it seemed. The barn still has working lights, but not the main house? Fortunately, there was a flashlight on a nearby table. The quest rep picked it up and switched it on, illuminating the wall across from the entrance. Not that there was much to see. The entranceway itself was completely small, breaking off to the right of a solid wooden door and a few steps in. A quick pan to the left that revealed a steep, hardwood staircase leading up, and that was pretty much the entire room. Be careful, the energy in here is strong. She'd gone completely pale. I could tell just by looking at her that she'd sensed something. Her eyes shone with a mixture of terror and determination. It's much darker than the Heavenly Host. The energy in this house is jet black. Really? That's not a good sign. Don't let your guard down, not for a second. Thinking back, our first steps into this house were basically the start of it all. It was at that point that we felt the world of the ordinary far behind. Simply being able to see these walls, these floors, these ceilings, with our naked eyes, directly defied the laws of nature. The house itself was a ghost. Literally anything could happen in here. I knew that and was doing everything I could to brace myself for the trials ahead. But the fear was still there, and the shaking wouldn't stop. I don't really know how to explain it, but there's something like a literal wave of emotion turmoil cutting right through the air in here. It's pretty deeply ingrained too. I wonder what happened before this place was torn down. Isn't that why we came here to find out? And my god, I've been sitting here for an hour. We're gonna have to stop here for today, alright? So, thank you everybody for joining me and coming back to Corpse Party Book of Shadows. I was hoping to do the prologue in one video, but it looks like it's gonna be a bit of a long one, so we're gonna have to do a part 2. So thank you for joining me everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for joining me. Have a nice day. Bye everybody.